Hi everybody, Ellen here. Today I come to you guys with kind of an updated video kind of thing because about a year and a half ago I made a video talking about what you should do if you want to read more. But that video was in Swedish, so I thought I would update it in English, and also I've changed some things because as of now I am actually working full-time rather than actually studying at university, which I did the last time I did this video. So it's kind of an updated version. So yeah, let's get started. So first of all, if you're finding it really hard to get some reading done, if you're working full-time, or if you have kids, or well, the kids thing I can't really help you with. So if you're finding it hard to find time to read when you're working full-time, I'm here to give you some little tips and pointers. I had a really hard time to read a lot when I started working full-time in February because I was so used to being a student and being able to read kind of when I wanted myself, and it is really hard to read a lot when you're working full-time. I read about 14 to 16 books a month these days because I've managed to get it up again. But what I try to do is always bring a book with you, no matter if it's an audiobook, a physical book, or your e-reader. Always try to bring a book with you so that you can use those short little breaks that you can get to read. For example, when you're waiting for the bus, while on the bus, you can listen to the audiobook while you're driving your car, or when you're walking to work, and you can read during your breaks at work because, well, do get breaks at some point. So definitely always bring some kind of book with you. And then also try to set these little goals for yourself. If you have a goal for reading like maybe 10 pages a day, then that will help you focus and help you reach that goal. And maybe some people think that 10 pages is not a lot, but if you're working full-time and maybe you're working like weird hours and everything like that, and maybe if you have kids even, then you know that it's hard to get even those 10 pages read. So try to get small goals for you each and every day, or maybe weekly, and try to reach those goals because it will make it easier for you to focus, and will also help you not stress out because you haven't finished that huge 500-page book yet. And before I used to read a lot during like the entire week, but since I started working full-time, I don't read a lot during the weekdays, like at all. I can read like one book during the entire weekday, and then I can read like 3 or 4 during the weekends. So it's really about trying to get a lot of reading time in at the weekends, because during the weekdays you're tired, you're grumpy, you have a shitload of things you have to do when you get home, and you don't have any energy to do it, and then you don't want to sit down with a book. I do not get a lot of reading done during the weekdays because I'm too freaking tired, and I usually fall asleep like right when I get home from work. So try to read a little bit before going to bed. That's usually very good because it helps you fall asleep. But I do know you're probably too tired and you don't get a lot of reading done, because that's where I'm at right now. But during the weekends I try to set my reading goals a little bit higher than during the weekdays, and I try to decide which books I want to finish during the weekend. So I try to make a little bit of a smaller TBR for what I want to read. So if I have a lot of plans during the weekend, I'm trying to narrow it down to maybe just the one short book. So try to have a bigger goal for the weekend, and you try to reach that. And you can have like smaller goals, like before lunch I want to read 20 pages, and before I go to bed I want to have read 50 pages in total. Try to do that. Don't feel bad if you don't get a lot of reading done during the weekdays, because ain't nobody doing that. And before, when I was actually studying at university, I did not listen to audiobooks because I could not get that shit working for me. But I've recently discovered that when it comes to audiobooks, it's really something you have to practice on. Just like when you learned to read physical books when you were little, you had to practice to learn how to read. But when it comes to audiobooks, you have to practice to listen and not like close your brain off, which I still do at some points and have no idea what the hell's going on in the book. But I've tried to listen to audiobooks several times, and the narrator is so important. If it's a bad narrator, you're not going to get get that listening at all, and you're not going to listen at all. But you can listen to your audiobook while cooking, which I often do, if you're cleaning, if you're in the shower maybe. There's so many times where you can listen to an audiobook. And if you have a hectic schedule and maybe you have kids and everything like that, then I definitely recommend having audiobooks, because those are so much better if you need to have your hands free and everything like that. And also, if you don't have a lot of time to read, then it might be a little bit harder to get into the story of what's happening, and you might feel a little bit off. Even if you're really liking the book, it might be hard to get into it every time if you only read like a couple of pages at a time. And for that, I usually try to write down a couple of pointers for myself in like a notebook, and try to read like, this time, this happened, this is a major thing that happened, and then you try to do that. So if you read a little bit every time, try to write some pointers about what happened, and you can read through those a little bit quickly before starting reading, and it will help you get into the book a lot better, and it will also help you feel like you get to know the characters better as well, and it will definitely improve your reading experience of the particular book you're reading. Another thing that I have noticed helps a lot is you choose a book that you want to read with a buddy. And I know that not everybody has people around them that actually likes to read. I only have like the one person that actually reads, which is my friend Jamie, and we have been buddying a lot of books. And lately, in the beginning, we read like maybe 3 books a month together, but lately it's been more of a 1 book per 2 months, maybe 1 month. But try to choose a book that you want to read with your buddy, because that will not only help you get the reading done, but you will also find it more fun if you can actually discuss the book you're reading with somebody. And if you don't have somebody to discuss books with because nobody likes to read anymore, which is freaking sad, but that's, you know, Sweden, for example, then you can go check out Goodreads and find a reading buddy there, because there's groups for everything there. And also, if you want to keep track of your reading, if you want to get motivated, definitely check out Goodreads. It's helped me a lot, and it actually like motivates me so much, because I have a reading goal for each and every year, and you can put it on 1 book if you want for the entire year. You can put it at 200 like somebody does, and they're crazy. But that will help you, motivate you to not only finish books, but it will also help you to find new books that you're interested in. And if you find a book you're interested in and you actually like the book, then that will definitely improve your reading experience, because nobody wants to read a book they're not enjoying. And also, if you have a limited time to read and you're not liking the books you're reading, then quit it. Don't continue reading it. And that's where I am right now, because I have some books that I've read this year that I did not like a lot, and I continued like power through them anyways, because that's just who I am, and I don't want to like leave something unfinished. But if you have a limited reading time, then don't. Why force yourself to read something that you do not like? You should focus on the books that you want to read if you have so little reading time. And that's something I'm trying to learn myself at the moment, so hopefully maybe we can learn that together. So yeah, those were all of my thoughts and little tips for you guys. I hope that they helped you, because this is not like a perfected way to do it or anything like that. It's just the way I try to do it, and I've definitely noticed that it helps me. Do not stress out about reading during the weekdays, because ain't nobody reading a lot then. Just do it on the weekends and have small goals for yourself. So yeah, I hope you guys found this helpful, and that will actually help you to finish some books. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to give me some thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking the little button down below. And yeah, I hope we see each other next time. Bye!